Hey guys, I had to go get a biscuit. Sorry. All right, so I'm back. So, do the work is number one. Number two, you definitely need to be exploring different hobbies, interests. And even if you don't kind of know where to start, you can do some basic career exploration by watching YouTube videos that are out there about different careers. You can just pick a different career. So, I'm going to talk about this from like two angles. First, with Sam knows he's interested in computers. At first, it was strictly gaming. He knew he wanted to work for Ubisoft. But as time has progressed, he still loves the gaming aspect. But he also is interested in different computer tech positions. Well, I don't know what all of those are in the world. So I turned to YouTube, and every Friday on his agenda, he watches YouTube videos about tech, something to do with computers and careers. And there's so many out there. So that's a good way that you could start. Actually, just throwing up some YouTube videos together and talking through them if you would like. Now, I let Sam do his career exploration by himself. He watches his videos and then he comes back to me and we talk about them. And then we'll talk about the pros and the cons. But, sitting down with your family and doing it is still fun because, especially if you have also other siblings and they're not really sure, they can hear about the different careers as well. So that's a good tip to do. Another one is actually get your kids stepping foot on a college campus. So, let's speak real life here. At the beginning of each school year, I give students an interest inventory. And it's not just because it's a part of reading apprenticeship, but it's just something that I've done forever and a day. I've been teaching 20 years, so I really like getting to know my students because when I then, pick materials or we're talking, we're having discussions, I can make it personalized. So I have found that within maybe the last 2 or 3 years, students are leaning towards the more of the I don't know, and really just writing IDK, but they really don't know how to verbalize things that they're interested in. And I'm not talking about what your career is going to be, because y'all know full well, us adults out here in the world, we have changed or we have went through multiple things. I can remember all of the different types of careers that I wanted to do when I was in middle and high school. Settled in with teaching, but I still wanted to do, military chaplain. I wanted to do so many things too as I went on. So I know that, and that's not what I'm expecting from a ninth grader. What I am expecting from a ninth grader is them to be able to tell me classes they enjoy, things that they like to do, things that they like to learn about. I'm really seeing this scary trend where they don't know. So my goal is, let's just get them out there on college campus and let them walk through as a ninth grader because you can't wait. Remember what I taught you about number one rule? You got to keep pushing and working. Well, if they know right away, like if they know ninth grade, that will give them at least that solid foundation of, oh, this is what admissions looks like. This is what, colleges ask for. And no, you can't tour them all. That's not the point. You can give them College Board and they can start touring their own. Once they, kind of walk across that campus and sit there for a while, they can start to imagine that this could be an option for them. And we're taking community college trip and 4-year institution trips because they need to know their options and they need to be well informed. So get them out there, take tours of different departments. So I learned that at a lot of universities, departments have TAs, they have teacher assistants, they're students, they have student volunteers, they need hours, or part of their job is to tour and to give private tours. So these are really cool because if you could hook up with a private tour that means that you just email the departments, say that you would like your child to tour like 3 or 4 different departments on campus and just go for, different things that maybe somebody in your family does, or just something maybe that you've heard your kid talk about in the past. Even if they don't know, just let them go through the long list of degrees and say, pick your top 4, and then reach out to those departments. Tour the buildings, ask the students questions, let them eat lunch on campus. I've got a whole nother video about college touring and tips for that, because that one is key. That is critical. We've done 11 trips so far, 9 or 11 trips. I mean, we've done maybe 9 trips so far. So I will for homeschool, but there is no like magic number on what to do, because what I saw was with one student, I took them as a class, not my homeschool, but my teaching job. Once we went on a trip, the student was, I don't know, her mom even discussed with me that she didn't know. This is a separate scenario from earlier, but it was a girl. Her mom talked to me about her just having no connection to school, no interest. It was hard to talk to her about career choices or future. So I don't pressure. I just take them and let the magic happen. So we went on this tour, and then when we got back, I scheduled the career counselor to come in. So at high schools, we have career counselors. At middle schools, a lot of middle schools have them. And if you don't, and I did this with homeschool anyway, go to CFNC and you can take the career assessment. And I'll talk to you about what happened with Solomon. So she did her career assessment, and it wasn't through CFNC. It was through a program that they actually purchased at the high school. I guess they purchased it or whatever they were using for that. But it's the same kind of program where it gives you these types of career clusters. You answer a series of like 80 questions, and then it pops up these different, you may be interested in these types of careers based on your answers. So when it all came up on the screen for her and she was having these different clusters, that's when I could just see this change in her. And she was like, well, I like this certain class. I'm taking it right now. And I could really, and you see how this connects with this? And I love math. And I really could see myself now working like in an office setting, and this and this. And it can change. But she has a place to start. She recognized it. Well, once you give a child a place to start, they can start formulating that vocabulary, and they can start aligning their coursework. Let's try this. Well, maybe I want to take entrepreneurship, or maybe I want to take sports marketing, or maybe I want to take, business and finance, or business law. And then you have so many options at the high school. When these kids get time for electives, a lot of them will say, I don't know what to take. If it's based on interest, it's based on what you would like or what you would want to explore. That's the point of taking those cluster classes in high school, is to give you that basic foundation before going off to community college or 4-year or to career. And so that you've had some of those basic classes to just get your feet wet in the terminology to see if you become passionate about it. So I think that the college tours combined with the career exploration, that's a really powerful tool that you can use with your family. I'm looking down here at my notes. So I was Solomon to CFNC. So, oh my gosh, y'all. He knows like his cluster. He knows his top 3 that he's interested in. He's interested, in things that have similar foundational work. So if he took biologies and chemistries, it would work for like 2 of the different degrees that he likes. That's very smart, because you're not like derailing yourself when you get later on in college and you're taking all these courses. But let me tell you what happened when he did the CFNC. So he did it, and he comes running downstairs. And he goes, my top one was an actuary. And he was like, investments and risk management and working with portfolios, and he's calling out all of these different clusters. Now, he has mentioned business in the past, especially with the program they have at NYU, where they mix like business and then politics, and you have to do the study abroad. So he's mentioned that, but he's just calling out all of these different clusters. And he's like, but I'm not really 100% that way, but it was fun. I really like taking it. And I think it's just a good starting point. It's not that you have to be set in stone that that's what you want to do. I watched another student who his cluster just came up: theater arts, graphic design, everything artist, everything creative, all of his clusters, like everything. There was nothing that was just kind of odd. It was just everything in that. And theater arts came in first. And he was like, I've always been scared. And he used those words, scared. I've been scared to explore all of these different ones, but I'm not anymore. And I'm going to look into them because I would really love that. And y'all, I can just see this kid on Broadway making costumes and doing makeup and design and hair. I can just see it. I see that for his life. And I'm like, why are you scared? He was like, because I didn't know like how to do all of this. Sometimes we just need to sit a kid in front of a computer and let them explore. And then that gives them that voice. They're able to talk through some of these things, whether they like it or they don't like it. That's very powerful when they say, I don't like it, because they can't like everything. Okay, we're not the jack of all trades right now. That would cost a lot of money with financial aid. But they can then definitively start saying, I have this basket over here of things that I am interested in, and then this basket here that says, not so sure. No, maybe not. And who knows, they could dip back in and pull across as their interest grows or they learn more about different careers. The last one, get your kids to volunteer. Take them to camps. They don't have to be the paid camps. Be careful, those things are expensive, trust me. And I spent a lot of money on one and it was not worth anything for Solomon. I take that back because he said, no, I do not want to do this type of engineering. But I will say this, free tours, volunteers free. There are some camps and week-long programs or even just a day program, a Saturday program at a museum. There's so many options out there. Really start investigating them, because if they can get in there and not just walk college grounds or community college grounds, they can actually walk in the physical therapy office and see the day-to-day operations. That gives them a clear mind other than just looking at a clip on YouTube or how much does the salary make, because a lot of kids today will look straight at salaries or how much schooling they have to do. So I really encourage you to start setting up volunteer work. Now Sam is in 6th grade, so I'm not going to set him up with volunteer work right now because I'm not ready for that for him. He's not ready for that. But when he gets to 8th grade, that's the time when we're going to talk about volunteer work. Because just at such a young age, I don't, want him out yet. I want him 8th grade doing that. My son started doing the camps and everything really young, middle school. Solomon was doing middle school camps. Sam, next year, he wants to explore camps. And he didn't want to go his 5th grade summer, and I was not going to force him to do it. But he's already shown an interest in doing some computer camps for next summer. So middle school's a great time. If they even have elementary school camps, that's a great time. But we didn't have that around, but we did have middle school camps. So I would really just challenge you to explore ways to talk to your children about careers, about college options, and include community college with your conversations, especially like for North Carolina, we have Korean College Promise, and that's what Solomon is doing. I've talked with you guys about that, I think. I made a video about that, about how he's getting his dual enrollment and he's gaining college credits. He's a homeschool student too. You just can't beat it. You can't. So the way that I'm having to get ready to pay back my financial aid, trust me, it gives me a clear way to speak to my children about you need to understand financial aid. You need to understand these options because I'm living that right now in my life. And to try to help them plan very smart, plan smart through it. That's one of the reasons why, I love it that he has UNC Pembroke as one of his options because they're the $500 tuition semester right now. And that's where, I went to school. Of course, and his dad. But we don't want to force let him, but I'm glad to know that it's in his top 5 because not only is it a wonderful school, but it's a school that financially you can't go wrong. But just talking with them about their options is key. And it's never too early, okay? So don't think that just because they're not juniors and seniors, I'm not supposed to talk about this. Oh, no. That's kind of, pushing it late, or unless they're just AB students and they're very driven. But I would say start early. And good luck with it. And if you have any questions or any specific questions that you need help going through, just message me and I'd love to help. All right. Have a blessed day.